Ladies and gentlemen, today is the day. Happy Wednesday, Lions. Previously on Kimba TV. I'm thinking about getting ready to long that right there. Yeah, because if we get rejected at 37.6, boy, this bitch gonna go down. Bugatti. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. You know what time it is. You know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. That's what you would be risking instead of just putting blind limits, right? And instead of like hoping that the open interest does this thing, watch it, let it close, and then just try to, start putting stuff from there to there and see if it fills you. How we doing? 2 letters, 1 word, the meaning of life. Yeah. Let's go. How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Hunko says we all enter into short and juice. Nice. Does anybody really need like a recap? Yesterday I was starting to look for shorts, right? I got stopped out in profit. Tiny profit. I think it was like 4 o'clock when this happened. But bear div. Even if you didn't take it, sweep structure of the previous level tucked right back in. So sweep structure is valid. You had a bear div, and so you could have just done bink. If it's a sweep, then this would hold. You would have gotten a little bit filled on Kimba box attempt. Yeah, I'm not in a position. I got stopped out on the short attempt, but same thing here, right? That's why you have to anticipate. I was looking for shorts yesterday, so if I was up and I had seen this, I would have taken this. It's a lot easier when you're starting to anticipate, right? But sweep structure, right? And then swing high, swing low, golden pocket. It's the same exact thing that I did here. So yeah, if you're in a short from here or higher, that's awesome. Alrighty, we swept Coinbase, but not CME. Yeah, I don't. So do you remember what I said though? They're gonna try to save it, I think. So it doesn't really matter. Like, do you remember when I started talking about, I think I might want to short this? And so I was kind of talking about why I would think about shorting it before it did the sweep, if you remember. You were sleeping? That's okay. I was sleeping on this too. But it's pretty simple, right? So, if I was awake, I would be in this for sure. But it's the same exact thing. Identify. The structure happens. Okay, swing high, swing low, Kimba box. You would have gotten a little bit filled, right? So, and it would be the same TPs and concepts from last night. Find out where all the single prints are. Figure out your Fibonacci levels. The ones that have more confluence, Bugatti. And then you would be trying to swing this all the way to 36.5. And then just keep dragging your stop loss and profit. Can't lose when you got math on your side. Trader 2A says open interest was shit. Wait, what did you say? I can't read the thing. Open interest was shit. That's why I didn't short. So if you're just looking at this and your only concept of thought is I need the open interest to indicate that it's a squeeze, that's where like beginner versus advanced kind of messes you up. Look at that. So when you have RSI or even CVD, actually, on Bybit, you didn't get it. But you didn't get a CVD div. But remember this for next time. When you get an RSI bearish divergence, do you really need the open interest to be doing what you wanted it to do? In fact, take note of this. You might even be okay. Okay, what does a bearish divergence mean? That's the first thing that you have to know conceptually. So actually, this kind of seems like longers got trapped. And so to indicate, I would want the open interest to breach below this level. indicating that all these longs, they are now stopped out. So by the time we get down here, I would need this or one of these levels to get tapped. Does that make sense? So now that right there is a level of interest on open interest that I want to sweep. Okay. So yeah, take note next time. When you have a bearish divergence, it's not always black and white, but when you have a bearish divergence and the open interest is going up, you are probably trapping. Okay, trader? So it's not just about looking at one thing. It's about how everything works together. Bugats? S&P also is bearish too. So, woo! Y'all ready? Uh-oh! Hot dog! Bugatti! Are y'all ready? Who thinks they're ready? Let me activate the command, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give away more than $150,000. Testnet, of course, and then over $25,000 in merch. All right, but here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Streamathon, okay? So that means I'm going to give away 30 grand every day, but it's your guys' responsibility to keep the subathon going. All righty? It won't be that hard. Who's excited? Hey, so mark your calendar, December 11th through December 15th, I'm going to give away about $30,000, $40,000 every day. All right? And as long as you guys have the counter going, we're going to keep going. All righty? So we're going to give away more than $150,000 cash and more than $25,000 in merch. Woo! And we're gonna do a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, so it won't be like a regular stream. I'll start putting up schedules. Maybe we might have a guest speaker. Maybe I'm gonna be scalping shitcoins. We're gonna do a whole bunch of stuff, and so pay attention to the Discord. The schedule, all that stuff. All right. And the giveaway is automated. Okay. This is why we've been testing all this shit all these weeks and all these months. So make sure that you guys have your UIDs in the dashboard. And the giveaways are going to go behind the scenes automatically. So I don't have to interrupt the stream to do the giveaways. Okay? On the bottom of the screen, right above the avatars, the winners will just constantly be scrolling. All right? Like every minute, every 2 to 7 minutes, the system is going to just keep choosing winners and sending the money. So, what you want to do is pay attention to the Discord giveaway winners channel, okay? Because every day, if you won something, it'll say like, Berbezi won $100 to MEXC, okay? And you can win on every single exchange. So theoretically, you could win $600, $700. Any questions? So stay tuned, save those dates, but the content schedule will be posted on Discord, and we'll have little fun events building up to it that you guys can participate in to give yourself an edge on the giveaway. And here's the best part. I don't know if you guys saw, but after I give away 150,000 plus, I mean, it's up to you guys, but I'm probably going to give away close to 200K. Okay. Guess what, y'all? I have matched the exchanges, and we're going to be doing trading competitions basically from December 15th all through the end of January. I will be hosting trading competitions amongst you guys, alrighty, through all the different exchanges. So not only will I be giving away the 150 to 200,000 from December 11th through December 15th and 25,000 plus on merch, I'm also going to be, I think the prize pool is about 75,000 right now. It's like 25,000 per exchange. Alrighty. So it's 25,000 per exchange. I have 3 exchanges all good to go. I don't know if you guys saw me leak some of the landing pages, but you guys saw it. I hope you guys are excited as I am. Like I said, stay tuned up to the Discord because the content schedule will be posted and you guys will be given opportunities. Like, for example, I'm going to make a tweet at some point and I'm going to be like, hey, retweet and leave a reply. Right? So all that stuff will show up in the Discord, okay? There should be a specific section called Streamathon. So all the Streamathon related announcements, it'll go in there. Yes, Nugzar, but you also need to make sure you update your UIDs in the dashboard, right? So make sure you go to the Kimba dashboard, log in with your Twitch. All right, make sure you switch over to the dark mode and then go to the profile section and update your UIDs. Okay? The giveaways are going to be automatic. You don't even need to be here. Technically, it'll increase your chances. All righty. 6M4 says, do Bybit accounts from your referral link from last year also participate? That's a negative. So take a look at all of the participating exchanges. MEXC, BingX, BTCC, BitUnix, TapBit, and Blofin. So just make sure that you are signed up under the referral link. The bot is just going to pick random people for every exchange. You can win once per exchange. So you can win $100 on MEXC. You can win $100 on Blofin. You can win, okay? Obviously, the first thing that I would say is it's always better to go back and rewind and hear like the whole organic thought process. So is everybody at least caught up on yesterday's highlights? Right? So yesterday when we were coming back up, right? I started talking about wanting to short this, right? And we talked about why I would want to short before the CME higher high, the Coinbase higher high got swept, right? Essentially to save it. And it gives me confluence to long at 36.5 or that zone, right? So make sure you are caught up on that portion. I got stop lossed in tiny. It actually wasn't too tiny. It was like 8K or something. But if you guys remember, I was in a short. I got stopped out in tiny profit, break even basically. And you had a bear div with longs getting trapped and still same thing. So identify sweep structure, right? If you didn't want to take it, that's okay. You would have gone swing high, swing low, Kimba box, and anything between the 0.5618, you would have gotten filled. So if you are in a short from 38,250 or higher, that's awesome. Alrighty. This was like 4 o'clock in the morning for me. So I was sleeping. So I didn't have an opportunity to get that. Alrighty. So I'm not in any positions. I got stopped out in tiny profit from yesterday's. But nothing has really changed, right? If you remember the whole concept of what I was saying about why I would attempt to short before, then nothing has really changed. Do you remember when we were talking about the single prints and why I wouldn't long the single prints? So same thing again, like if you're in a short from here, you've got single print, point of control, and then the bad lows. And so, take a fib from all the levels that we talked about. Okay. It shouldn't be a surprise that's happening. I mean, like, if you look at the fib from yesterday, what's happening right now? Looks like the normal shit that we see. Nuke through golden pocket, bounce, go back to 0.5, get rejected, and now it's pixel fucking on the 618 for the pivot. Are we going to reject or are we going to go? Nuke through golden pocket, dink, 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 and it's the pivot. So if you're asking me, hey, do you think we have a chance to bounce from here? Yeah, but I would much prefer that. And then confluence wise, you have a 1 hour swing fail pattern that might be trying to play out, and you tapped the second single print. So yes, absolutely. Like, same thing here, right? Swing high, swing low, Kimba box. Swing low, swing high, Kimba box. So you could be in a short from 38,250, and you could also have a long open from 37,675. And if you're going to be super disciplined, as soon as you break this high, put your stop loss at break even. So there's like trades all just straight up right in front of you. I don't really scalp. Oh, shit. Damn it, I knocked over. Yeah, I don't really scalp. I got to go wipe this. I don't really scalp these moves, but if you really wanted to, point of control. So maybe if it does a bearish retest there, I might take that. But we were talking about how you really wouldn't want it to bounce from any of these single prints. Okay, because bouncing from the single prints is lower probability. So if the lower probability thing comes into play, I don't really know if I want to short that. If like the open interest is obvious or something like that, then maybe we'll take it. But I would still want that CME higher high to get swept. Okay, but that's easy, and that's easy because this is how much you're risking. That's $170, and that's like $60. Here's your 1 hour candle close. Okie dokie. So you could argue that it's a sweep. That was a sweep up there. That was a sweep down there. Kind of looks like it's just ranging, to be honest. But for me, I want to long 36.5, and I want to short when CME sweeps 39,360. Roger? But this kind of looks like purposeful. We've seen this a lot. So they might be saving all that for later. Yeah, if you want to short from 38, you would want to get it now, not after a lower low. So, yeah, that's still possible, but then you're changing structure again. So if you want 38 short, 38 1 short, you would probably want it now than when you go to 886. You already had this play out, dink, dink, pivot. So the 886 to break above, that's pretty low probability. It can happen, but then I don't know if I would want to short that. I think I would want to long this. Yeah, that's why I don't really do the smaller time frame stuff, YSEC. So I would just defer to you, brother. If it looks good, you have enough edge, take it. You know what I mean? Especially like if it does some goofy shit and that's like a really nice higher time frame bull div. you know? And if you have enough confluence, you don't really have to put that much effort into it. You will see me. I mean, you have seen me. Just if there's enough edge and confluence, I'll just take a shot and then I'll just put it at tiny P. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's not that big of a deal. And I don't have to look at it or babysit it. You know, so if it does some shit like that and you get a bull div and open interest is good right there, and you know the div is nice, and you also have CVD div, you could absolutely take it. But if you make higher highs, and if you for sure if you get above that, then you're probably gonna get like your 38.5, 39 sweep, right? So just something to think about. And like I said, that might be the bullish move to get you going too. So, alrighty. For me, if I don't think that they're gonna make higher highs, then like shorting like I did yesterday is acceptable, and the long that I would want is here. You know, so either they do this and get to like 39, or they come down here and I'm in the long, you know. And then just like yesterday, if I see some like little edge here and there, like for example, if it comes down to 886 or whatever and the bull div, I might take it with you and then just put my stop loss at break even. But you're a hell of a trader, Ysec. So you don't really need my help. I would just say, you know, if there's enough edge, let's take it and get nasty. 36.2 not valid for us. Well, 36.2, we were talking about this a little bit earlier, but 36.2 is the single print. And what do I use single prints for? You see this guy? You see motherfucking Binancio Crayola, 694 Bitcoin trying to long 36.280? If I'm going to be longing if my strategy is, hey, TPO level, right? I'm going to live and die by TPO levels. So if I'm going to be longing 36.5, 36.4, 36.3, all I really have to do is make sure I don't get stopped out of the single print. Okay? So do you remember like what the buffer is that I'm going to put on this? I'm probably going to do something like this, not financial advice. See this? And you see this, right? Wouldn't it just make sense to just fucking do this, bro? You know? And since the TPO level is outside of the 6.6, you could make a logical argument and say, I'm going to start it from the 6.6 to the 7.86. Okay? So if you know, but the single print, I'm going to give it maybe like $200, $180. That if I really want to try hard, I'll get the ATR, right? And also, I have the 886. So if I have the fib and I have the TPO helping me out, okay, single print is right here. Let's say that the ATR is $200. So $200 would be right. Actually, no, we're going to have to do like $300. So $300 would actually be, you see it, 224. And then 300 would be right at 36,000. Okay, that's also where your 886 is. So I would probably do something like this. 0.5 to the 1. Your 2.5 is right at 886. So I think Kimba box, stop loss right here is pretty reasonable. Okay, but if you get fulfilled on this, right, your average entry is going to be closer to the 7.5, right? So let's just say that your average entry is 36338, right? And you're going to get it right here. That's about $400, $450, $440 difference. Does that make sense to you? That's what your math would be. Something like that, roughly. So, not bad. I'll take it. But remember, we're not going to just blindly put limits. It's a level of interest. And as it goes down and it approaches, I know what I need my open interest levels to theoretically be around, you know? Ming Q, what's going on? When we were making bearish retest of the sweep today, OI was going up. When you would look at it, would you say the same? Yes, but Ysec, you might want to rewind this. you don't want to just be like, oh man, open interest is going up. That's not good. No one's getting squeezed. Conceptually, just based off of the data, that might be true. However, you had a simple RSI bear div. So if you haven't seen it before, when you have open interest going up, building into a bear div, that usually means people are getting trapped. Okay, so that's why I drew this line right here. Okay, and I said this was the bottom of the open interest before they started piling into longs. Okay, so that's why I drew this line like that. And I said, if we go to this level, the level that you were asking about, we actually talked about that earlier in the day, but whether it's that level, whether it's this level, whether it's the single print, okay, I'm going to be paying attention to see if the OI resets from this point. You see it too, right? Okay, the OI didn't change until right here. This is when the open interest went up. So I'm eyeing this level, okay? If we do this, what do you think that means? All the longs from here got squeezed. Okay? And then watch this. What do you think that is right now? Are we surprised? Not one bit. So it's not bad, but I still need this to get reset. If this is bouncing off of 0.5, technically it's bullish. Okay, because there's still half of the money still saved. It hasn't squeezed out everybody that went in here. Okay, does that make sense? We still have a lot of work to do. Okay, and then like if you turn on the TPO levels, you've got a point of control there, all right? And some people were talking about this being the point of control. Yes, on some exchanges in different time frames, that might be. But if you're confused, then doing it on CME is the best, right? And so we already did this. So volume peak and CME, golden pocket, okay? Do it on derivatives. Okay, and then like you can all see this. We better not be doing some goofy shit like that. So we're all kind of looking at the same shit, you know. So I see that level right there, right? You just said. That's what I'm saying is like I don't really care to scalp this shit. You know what I mean? I took a shot here. I got stopped out in tiny profit. If I was awake, I probably would be in the short from here, you know. But that's why like I don't really want to overcomplicate it, and I might take a shot here and there once in a while, but that long right there and that sweep short right there are the two easiest, right? There's nothing wrong with like trying to get cute and be in a short from here and a long from here. That's awesome. That's pure math. But I'm not like my appetite isn't too hungry for like these scalp plays. So in my opinion, it's either going to go grab the 39 or you're going to get the 36.5. So if you have enough edge, you might as well take it, put your stop loss at break even, and then maybe you just, you know, maybe you're on the train when it goes. But we're all seeing the same shit, right? Like we see this, right? This is like, dudes. You know, on the CME. Right? And on the CME, we can see there's bad highs. So those are going to get tapped for sure. So yeah, could you know, could we, I might even do it. I'm not 100% yet. Like, could you short that and hope for this? Yeah. You know, or, you know, long there and hope for 39. Yes. Yeah, I'm not really too interested in the scalps. But yeah, I mean, we're all looking at the same shit, you know? Like this looks, better not be that. That would take us to the 40. This bull flag, if it plays out, would take us to the 40. And I still have. I haven't changed it for the last couple weeks. I still have my spot sells from 39 to 40. Cricket Cop says, I need your help. Not sure about text on this. Let me take a look. Oh, you're making a cheat sheet. Okay, yeah, so there's a little bit. Okay, so price is going down. OI is going down. Longs are getting squeezed. That is correct. Okay, so here, this one is wrong, Crooked Cops. No matter if it's longs or shorts getting squeezed, the open interest always is going down. Okay, so what this means is that price is going up and longs are opening. So this would be bullish. Okay, open interest going up is good. It doesn't matter if if the price is going down or up. Open interest going up means that people are actually betting that way. Open interest going down, regardless of if the price is pumping or dumping, means that it's a squeeze. It means people are being forced to buy or sell. So whatever that move is, it's usually beneficial to fade it. Yeah, so Crooked Cops, this would be bullish. That means that price is going up, open interest is going up, that longs are opening, okay? But shorts would not, it doesn't mean that shorts are getting squeezed. So if price was going up and open interest was going down, that is technically correct. It is bearish because it's only a squeeze. So I would love to short this, right? Price going down, open interest going up means that shorts are opening. It's bearish. So this is good. This would be bearish. Okay, and this, you just take shorts getting squeezed off because shorts are not getting squeezed. Generous Greg says, I really want Biddy at 41K, but I doubt we go that high. Well, you never know, Generous Greg. I've been talking about 40, 41, 42 for quite some time. You want to see something cool, Generous Greg? Do this. Excuse me. This is the daily swing high, swing low fib. Okay. Do you see where the 7.5, 7.86 is? So, yeah, I don't know about 42, but I mean 40, 41, 41.5, it's for sure there, Greg. So, if you haven't yet, I think it's good to have it. Swing high, swing low on the daily. Okay, that's like your 48 high, that's your 15K low. Look at that. So, I mean, no one knows for sure, but I think the probability of the 7.5 getting tapped at some point, is for sure. Okay, so, but these are not good lows. It does not make sense that the market makers would let all of these longs win up there. So I think before there, it would actually be more bullish, Generous Greg, to stop out all these longs and then go. Alrighty, and like that's, we're aware of all of the fibs, so that wouldn't be that. I'm not gonna get bearish if it does that. Okay, I'm not going to be bearish if it does that. I'm not going to be bearish if it does that, and let's not forget, like, CME has incredibly bad highs. That's a poor high, bad high, bad high. So, I would, well, you know what my plan is. Let me draw it for you. Maybe if we're going to get one more, right? This could be here. I don't know. But like somewhere in this zone, 39. And I think if this happens, I'm not longing this. So this, and then either that or like that. But yeah, we'll just have to see. I don't even know what if we're gonna just sweep this. I'm hoping that the point of control gets tapped and then we get a favorable reaction. Trollichu says 40K by end of the year. You know what, Trollichu? I'm the wrong person to ask about the timing. Okay? I don't know how anyone would really be able to, data-wise, say what we're going to be by end of the year. I will tell you that I can see every single liquidation zone to the upside and the downside. So if you want, look, 12-hour. Okay? Data. 7-day. Data. Here's your 1 month, and I'm going to show the 3 month in a little bit. Look at that. That is confluent. 33.8 is confluencing with. Look at that sweep level. That is a bad low, really bad. 33,788. And that's where your liquidity is. 34,000 all the way to 33.6. And then here's your 3 month. Look at the 3 month. You can't even, oh my God, you guys can't even see it. Look. Double digit billions when you're talking about 25K. Shout outs to Sue Dievu and everybody in Lithuania. When a POC moves in a TPO, does that mean the previous POC is invalid? Well, for that time frame, yes. If it moved, it moved. And so the new one is what's correct, Johnny English. But that's also why you want to have confluence with multiple time frames. If a POC shows up on one and then it goes away when you go to like the hourly, then it might not be that great. But if it's there for the 15, 30 minute, 1 hour, and 2 hour, then that one you might want to pay attention to. So it's always going to be confluence, Johnny. Let's see here. Would you want to see OI going up between 38 and 38.1, indicating longs trapped? I would actually want shorts getting squeezed. I will still take open interest going up, but then I might want, like, you know what would be great? Hidden bear div. Like that. I would love that. That makes sense. The Bybit one is actually better. But long story short, it's the hidden divergence would indicate resumption of the original trade, right? So, yeah, like a hidden bear div would be amazing. And you know what would be ideal on a hidden bear div? I don't know if you've noticed, but if it's a hidden bear div, try to see if it's on the Bybit USD pair. The last hidden bear divs on Bybit, the last 3 or 4, they have worked out, and it caused on average more than like $1,000 move. So I don't know if you guys been noticing it too, but if you want a hidden bear div, try to look for it on the Bybit CVD. I've noticed that the ones on the Bybit USD pair, they've been working. The last 3, 4 have had tremendous moves. So that's like the condensed version. But yeah, lots of confluence there. So we talked about, the pros and cons of going that high. We talked about how you probably want to treat this kind of like a sweep level where you need to tuck back below the point of control within a reasonable amount of time. So maybe like you should have 2 30-minute candle closes below the point of control, because a lot of people would argue that, and that means that they're going to long this. But if you breach and you do something like this, oh snap. Right? You've seen this plenty of times, right, Wysek? So you need to tuck back in and you need to stay below this point of control. You turn that into support, then you're going to make higher highs. Okay, so that's like the condensed version, brother. But I mean, you've seen this plenty of times with me, right? Dink. And just because you get a close below that, hello, watch for that, bitch. That's why you want 2 30-minute candle consecutive closes below. Okay, that's all I would say. Don't fall for, oh, we're Gucci. No, you're stupid. Okay, but we can see the point of control. We can see the fibs lining up. You know, obviously people were asking, Swap was asking good stuff. Watch what this is, right? If we can clear the open interest, then that's more confluence for the short. Okay, we talked about how we want to reset the open interest. Market makers, I'm leaving. Market makers, I'm leaving. God. Sato always showing up early, always entering positions too early, but hopefully the tutorials will help him. Ladies and gentlemen, you already know what it is. I had a great time today. I hope you guys enjoyed the announcement as much as I did. Exclamation Streamathon. I'm going to put stuff in the Discord, so pay attention to the Discord. Longers, I'm rooting for you. Shorters, I'm rooting for you. Bulls, Bears, we're all Lions. All right? Hey, stay safe. You got PCE tomorrow. I don't know if GDP really was that volatile, but if you're international, if you're European, PCE comes out an hour before, so something to keep in mind, okay? I will see you guys tomorrow bright and early. Exclamation Streamathon. All right, y'all. Have a great night. I'm rooting for each and every one of you guys. Stay safe. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace, everybody. Market makers, get nasty.